Hello, 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 my darlings. It is a holiday today. How are you? It's Memorial Day today in Atlanta, and I'm so happy to be here. I don't work on the weekends, but I do work Monday through Friday, and it happens to be a holiday today. And this holiday today has a lot to do with our veterans, of course. And I'd just like to wish the veterans, good joy, good peace. They go through so much. And I'm very much disappointed when the veterans come back from war. We don't receive them, I think, the way we should receive them. We should do more for them. I don't like to know. I'm really, really upset when I hear the veterans are homeless. There's a veteran, Morocco Coleman. He was a Vietnam vet. And he and some of his other people in the veterans group, they go around and try to find the homeless that are veterans and try to put them somewhere. That's shameful on America. That's shameful that we would have these veterans and we don't see about them. You know, my dad was a veteran. I just really I can't handle it. I really cannot handle it. I do not like to know that there's a veteran somewhere that needs my help that I cannot help them. You know, because they've gone through a lot just to get in and then to get out. They've gone to war and they've seen stuff that we couldn't even think about seeing. I don't even want to see. And they live with it, and we can't do anything to help them. Oh my goodness! So it's and did you know that the veterans, that was called Veteran Day? I think when I was growing up, did you know it was started by Black people? This holiday, they never talk about that. Look it up. I wouldn't say it if it were not true. It was called Veterans Day when I was growing up. You know, whatever it's called, it's still important, whether it's started by Black or white people. The problem I have though. Do you know they used to hang veterans when they would lynch? They would lynch them in their army paraphernalia, the army clothing. That's how much they hated Black people so much that they didn't care that we were veterans. And a lot of times they don't care. We will fight for this country. We have fought for this country, and there are a group of people that just do not give a you know what, and that is just shameful. Just shameful. Shame on you. But by the same token, I support and salute, if I can, all the veterans that are out here today that have made it from World War II. I think we have some still living. Yes, we do. World War II, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, and went over in Afghanistan and Iran and Iraq. You know, oh my goodness. And they started taking women, and the women, what they have gone through. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so difficult. It's difficult for me. And then it's also around my mother's birthday. My mother's May 30th. And so we used to have Memorial Day. And when I was growing up, Memorial Day was a day. It wasn't the fourth Monday or whatever. Yeah, it was May 30th, I think it was. It was my mother's birthday. So may God rest her soul. And what do I have for you today? I was going to talk about a couple that Wayne McMillan sent me a picture of them. But I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Today I'm going to finish this off with something from my prayer book that I read. I read the women's edition. I got it all covered up. Jackie Jackson gave me this book some time ago, and it's a daily prayer book. And something just caught my eye today. It's called, let me see, which one was it? No, let me make sure, because the enemy try to change the pages and make sure you don't say what you're supposed to say. And so I had it all. Here it is, I think. It talks about love. I can't believe it's just moved away from me. Some kind of way the page has changed. But it talks about love and loving your enemy. You know, I operate on loving my enemy. How to love. Here it is, I think. How to love. Here it is. A new commandment, John 13. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. That is so difficult to do. It is very difficult to love a person who you see the blood, your blood, on the knife. You see the blood on the knife that came out of your back. But you have to love them anyway. You love them where they are. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. So God is love. You're talking about, I love God, I love the Lord, but you hate your enemies. You hate this person and that person. It's rough. I understand how rough it is. I do. I understand how bad it could be, just trying to love on people. And just husband and wives and spouses and partners. You love the person, but it's a task. But there's something about it. There's something about that deep love that you have for one another, but there's a love you need to have for mankind, for humanity, for others. You just love them where they are. I did something I don't normally do. I usually don't fight for something I really want. And I did it. A girlfriend of mine suggested I did it. I don't like that I did that, because I believe in letting God fight your battles. I do. It has worked for me these 81 years. And people have just laughed and, said all kind of things and made all kind of remarks. And I'm not going to be your friend anymore. And just make sure you don't get invited to this, that, and that. That doesn't mean anything. There's so many people in the world that don't know these people, that they just in their own little circle, their own I am somebody circle. And there are thousands and millions of people that don't know nothing about them. Why am I concerned? Because one thing that I'd say, all of my people are trying to get in the coffin. I'm trying to get you out the coffin, which is why we have this show. But there's one thing about it. We all will get into a coffin. Everybody will die. So since you know you're going to die, why don't you just live? Why don't you live and love and live? I do this show because of this. Super aging. Getting older without getting old. That's why I do it. Because I want you to have what? The next book. You've been with me? A well-lived life. These two books and these authors, I don't know them, they don't know me. But I talk about it because I'm just trying to reach you reach and talk to you and lift you up so that you know that God is here. God is love. And if you figure out how to get older without getting old, how to have a well-lived life, how to love one another, just think how your purpose will be so in line. We talked about purpose. Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe said, it's that thing that you can't get rid of. It stays with you. This show stays with me. I got up today, I couldn't wait to get it done, because we're going to celebrate today. My family is here, and we're going to celebrate, so I'm going to get my show done earlier, so it'll be shorter, of course, and then, of course, I like what I have on. This is so pretty. It's been hanging up all last, it's sleeveless, so you know how I feel about sleeves. Anyway, this is so pretty. Anyway, I digress. So, it was something else I saw in this book that I wanted. It was another one. I just want you to understand, I hate when things are blinded. When you are blind by something, you're supposed to read it. You're supposed to read it and you don't see it anymore. But that's all right. Here's one for, at one time you were in darkness, but now you are the light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. I just believe in that. I just believe in following the book. I don't always do it. I am no saint. I don't even try to tell y'all I'm a saint. I don't even pretend to be. I am constantly asking for forgiveness. I don't know about you. I'm talking about Georgianne, you see. But by the same token, I try to make an effort. At doing the right thing. I don't always get it right, but at least I try. And I'm asking you to try to do the right thing also. Look deep into the innermost sanctions of your heart and your soul and study who that person is. What I always tell you, you gotta have what? A mirror. Those of you who've been watching this show a long time, you don't always have a mirror nearby. Why do I have this mirror nearby? Because that's who's going in the coffin with you. That's who you gotta answer to the Lord and the person in that mirror. You see? You gotta follow what is necessary for the person in that mirror. They don't need to like it. This person doesn't need to like it. They don't have to, because people are turning your dreams into a nightmare. Ask me. Oh, I can take some stories. And it's my fault. Why would I listen to other people? Why wouldn't I listen to the Word of God? Why are you not listening to the Word of God? Why are you not listening to what God has already told you? You know that I know I'm right. Simple things. Like you get up in the morning and you get in your car and you go somewhere and you always go that way. And the Spirit said, don't go that way today. You better listen to it. Yes, you do. Don't go that way today. And then you hear later, they had a big accident or a shooting or something. God got you. A lot of times God tell you to do stuff. You're hard-headed like me. And every time you're hard-headed, you put your foot in your mouth. I do it. I've done it enough times to be able to give you, to be a witness. Yes, I've messed up some things in my life. Even people that I know, there's some people who love me dearly. And I sometimes question it all the time. Not sometimes, I question it all the time. You run people away like that. And you always question, you wonder, do they really? When they've showed you they really. I don't know, as people, as human beings, we just mess up. Have you messed up lately? If you messed up, can you fix it? Can you take today a holiday? Over in the other countries, it's not a holiday, but it's a holiday over here. But can you use this Monday, the beginning of the week? This is the last week in the second month of the second quarter. You have one more month in the second quarter. By the time you get to the third quarter, you ought to have it together because there ain't nothing left but the fourth quarter, the end of the year. So we're halfway. When you get to Memorial Day, it's time to, something to get off the pot, however they say it. It's just crunch time. We're in the last week of the second month of the second quarter. Baby, you have one more month in the second quarter. What are you going to do with it? What changes are you going to make? What are you going to do for yourself? What are you going to do for your business? What are you going to do to live this life, to get older without getting old? What are you going to do to have a well-lived life? How are you going to get on that purpose? Today, on a holiday in the United States of America, today is a day to contemplate, to think about, to study, because we're giving homage to the veterans who passed away. May God rest their souls. We're giving homage to those who are still here. They have fought the battle. And so use this time as a reflective time. Reflect not only on them, reflect on America, where America is going, but also reflect on yourself. What are you doing? What have you done for yourself lately? What have you done for anyone else lately? What are you doing with the life God has allowed you to have on this day? You have been given another day. It was given to you. You didn't earn it. It's a gift. Every day is a gift. Every day is a gift. What are you doing with your gift today? Do something, baby. Do something. Do something. But this, you know about me. If you've been watching this show, I thank God for those who are subscribing. Thank you. I thank God for those who are sharing. Thank you. I thank God for the 400 plus videos that I'm just amazed. I'm amazed. I just thank God for my family and friends that have supported me. Clark Atlanta University and Spelman, and where else did I go to school? Georgia State. I thank God for my daughter and her family that took the time to come and be with me today. You see, that's family and friends. I thank God for my sister calling me to see how I was doing, and my brother, I talked to him last night. It's time to reach out to those people. Reach out, touch somebody. Reach out and find that person that you've been knowing a long time that may be waiting for your phone call. I'm telling you to go back and reunion with some people that's looking for you. There's somebody out there, and I keep saying it because the Spirit keeps telling me, there's somebody out there looking for you with a blessing for you, and you are missing it. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.